In angiosperms, they have a flower. This flower is the most iconic, the most distinctive organ in the plant because of its color. And the reason why it's so colorful is to attract, I guess you can say, animals and insects. And it says here, plays a role in ensuring the survival of species. So basically, this flower is very important for the plant survival. So the flower actually contains the male reproductive organ and the female reproductive organ. We call the male reproductive organ the stamen, and we call the female one the carpel. So maybe you learn in UEC or in junior, we call it the pistil. So what is the main difference between the pistil and the carpel? The pistil is the plural form of a carpel. So multiple carpels form a pistil. So this is singular, pistil is plural. And then how about the stamen? It's still called a stamen. So the stamen, it has the anther and the filament. The filament's job is to hold the anther, while the anther produces pollen grains. While for the carpel, it has the stigma, style, ovary, and ovule, which we'll get more in depth later. But basically, everything happens in the ovule. But for everything to finish happening in the ovule, this anther has to somehow get its pollen grains into the ovule. But we'll again, that is in another subtopic. So how about the other structures? They all have their own importances. So the first one is the peduncle, or we call it the receptacle in UEC. So what happens is this peduncle or receptacle helps to maintain the it provides support to the flower basically. So yeah, just keeping it simple, it just maintains the hold, the support of the flower. The sepal here is the leaf-like looking things surrounding the flower, the main part of the flower, or the petals. So multiple sepals are called a calyx. So this and this together is called the calyx. It's in UEC, but in SPM we just use sepals. And then for the petals, same thing. If you have multiple petals together, we call it the corolla. So multiple petals form a corolla, multiple sepals form a calyx. There is a function for those, a specific function, but I don't have the paper. It's not in the book. But yeah, those are the extra parts. Those not extra. They all have their own importances. So yeah, this is, again, multiple sepals form the calyx, multiple petals from the corolla, multiple carpels form the pistil. So yeah, that's the main reminder. What's the difference between male and female? I mean, the comparison, which they have their own similarities and differences. This one is very easy. When you produce gametes, because they're reproductive organisms, they have to produce reproductive cells, actually called gametes, and they're both at the flower. The main difference is where they're at. So stamen and pistil, carpel, what they consist of: filament and anther, or stigma, style, ovary, and what does it produce? For the male flower, it starts from the microspore mother cell to become the pollen grain. For the female flower, it goes from the megaspore mother cell to become the embryo sac. And how about where they are? So the male flower part is projecting out from the base of the ovary. So you see this is the ovary kan? It goes outwards like that. While for the ovule, is in the middle of the whole flower, inside the ovary, the middle part of the flower. Yeah, let me just revise myself first. Okay, so this is stigma, this is filament, anther, petal, sepal, and ovule. Ovary. Okay. Okay. How about this one? Why are stamens and carpels known as the reproductive organs of flowering plants? This is because they both are the sites for the production of gametes. If you want to become a reproductive organ, you must produce reproductive cells, or we call it gametes. So yeah, I think that's the reason why I forgot what teacher wrote. Guess I didn't write it down. But yeah, okay. So this was 6.1. I'm gonna record another one for 6.1.